Hello YouTube. I just thought I'd give another update of my garden this year, my first attempt ever, and show you how things are growing. I'm going to start right up here on my deck. This is my red potato that I planted about a month ago or so, and it's doing really well. It was a tiny little piece. I didn't have confidence that it would grow at all, but it's grown really well. It's not in a very big container, so I don't know that I'll get a lot out of it, but it's fun to see what'll come up. And then over in the other corner of my deck, I've got a Roma tomato that I just picked up on clearance about 2 weeks ago and finally just got replanted last week. And it's growing a little bit since I replanted it. It's got some blooms on it. If you can see those right there. So hopefully we'll get a few tomatoes out of it. And forgive me if my dogs are barking a little in the background. They're kind of in an excitable mood this afternoon. I've got them all out in the yard, so might hear a little barking off and on, but we'll see what we can do. And then coming down off the deck here, we'll see what's in the rest of the backyard. If I don't trip over the dogs. Beep, beep, beep. Out of the way. Scoot, scoot. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now heading over here. First we've got a kind of sorry looking patch of potatoes that I planted. I planted 2 containers of potatoes. One just took off and went fantastic. This one not so much. It's been kind of sorry looking ever since I planted it, and it's in the shade right now because it's late afternoon, but it does get quite a bit of sun. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. They're from the same batch of potatoes, planted at the same time. Everything's pretty much by identical containers, identical dirt and mulch in the containers, but for some reason this one has not taken off. The only thing I can think of is the first 3 weeks after they started coming up, something was eating the leaves on these, and that just went on for a short time until they were like 3-4 inches tall, and then didn't have any problems with that after that. And they seem to grow after that, but they've never grown that well, so I don't know. They still look, I don't know, like this leaf, if you can see that, looks kind of chomped on. So maybe something's still eating them. I don't know what's going on with this one, but they're kind of sorry looking there. But then moving on down from there, I've got some beans. These are regular green beans, bush style, and they're growing all right. Not real fast, but they've been growing. I planted everything about the 2nd to 3rd week of June. Most things the 2nd week of June, and that includes this. Next we've got some carrots, and this is actually my 2nd batch of carrots in this container. The first batch got completely eaten by rabbits, so I put this kind of little fencing deal around to see if that would hold them on. I think they're still getting in there a little bit because I planted carrots from corner to corner here, and the only ones I'm getting are right in the middle, so I kind of think they're getting still eaten by rabbits on the ends, but hopefully we'll at least get a few carrots out of there. We'll see what happens. Now here's one of my tomatoes. This is a cherry tomato. This one is growing really well. I'm real happy with how this is coming out. Let's see, if you can see, and there's bunches of cherry tomatoes down in the middle. They're still all green, but you can see there's whole bunches of them growing. So pretty excited about that. We're going to get some tomatoes out of here. Hopefully we'll get more once those ripen and we pick them. Hopefully we'll keep getting tomatoes as the season goes on. Excuse me. Then after that we've got I've got cantaloupe and watermelon, and I just put up this kind of it's kind of like a nylon fencing material, real flexible. I had to staple it down. I just finished getting that up today. I got it kind of halfway up, and then, yeah, I was kind of slow on getting it the rest way up. So I just kind of arranged these vines on it today on the cantaloupe end. Most of the rest I already had on, but I ran out of staples. Had to go get some more. Long story. Anyway, so I just rearranged those on the, so they'd climb up today. So they're still kind of a little funny looking because the leaves are turned every which way because they were kind of tangling all over themselves until I did that. And then it didn't go down quite far enough. I could have used about another foot or so, so I just stuck a branch on the end and let the last 2 plants climb up a branch. So far so good on those, so they'll look better after they've had a chance to reorient themselves for a couple days climbing, I think. So, and they're blooming. I don't have anything on them yet other than blooms, but they're blooming so far. The watermelon, on the other hand, I actually have a bunch of little watermelons down here. Let's see if we can take a peek on this one. Nice one right down there. A couple of them right there. There's another one right there. And going up a little higher, got some little ones like that one, and even up here, a tiny little one growing right there. So it looks like I'm going to get some watermelons, which is good. This is supposed to hold a lot of weight, this fencing material, but I don't know as far as, I mean, watermelons can get pretty good size. These are like, oh, I can't remember the name. They were like sugar babies or something like that, so they're not going to get quite as huge as some, but still, I wonder if when they get too heavy, if they'll break off the vines. I'm kind of worried about that, so I don't know if I should somehow give them some extra support somehow when they get bigger or what. We'll kind of see how it goes and see what happens. Ooh, there's another one right there. Yeah, they're so cute. I can't wait till they grow and get actual watermelons. Delicious red watermelon. That'll be fantastic. Now this is a Roma tomato, and this one's growing real nice also. And I've got lots of Roma tomatoes in there. If you can see them, there's a bunch of them right in there. And more down there. So I'm going to get a lot of Roma tomatoes in there, which I love Roma tomatoes. So it's my favorite kind of tomato. So happy with that plant. Here is my second batch of carrots. The first batch, they got about this height, and one of my cats decided to take a nap in here and completely flattened them all and broke them all off. So I had to start over and grow a whole bunch of new ones. So these have been growing, oh, I suppose 3 weeks maybe, between 3 and 4 weeks. I think I planted them around the 4th of July. So about 3.5, 4 weeks. And they're coming up. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so almost kind of blend into the. I put a bunch of dead grass in here to kind of. The soil was getting so hot and the moisture wasn't staying very long, so it's kind of helped since I've done that on all the containers. So, yeah. So hopefully we'll get some carrots out of that. Those are. I'm sorry, not carrots. Onions. Those are Spanish onions. Sweet Spanish onions, I think they were called. So I'll have to thin them out a bit so they have a chance to expand a little. But so far so good on those. I've been keeping the cats out of them. So, and then here we've got some peas. Vine peas are climbing pretty good. They're blooming, but they don't have anything yet. But they've got little blooms on them. So hopefully that means we'll get some peas. But yeah, they've grown real nicely, so I've been happy with those. And then here's the potatoes that are doing really well. These, like, compared to the other container, these potatoes just like exploded and got huge. It just grew all over the place. So far so good on those. And then down in the corner here, these are my cucumbers. I had a little thing for them to grow on as I started to grow, and it wasn't nearly big enough, so I put a couple posts back in there, and they're growing up those. And but they look pretty good. Again, getting lots of blossoms in there. If you can kind of see some of the blooms here and there. So hopefully we'll get a nice little batch of cucumbers out of those. So far so good. So I've been happy with how things have been growing so far. I think we'll make our way out front. I've got a couple more pots of things out in front. Now these are my pepper plants. They're fairly huge. I forget which is which, but I think the taller one's a green pepper and the shorter one is an orange bell pepper. So they've gotten huge, but they don't have any blooms or any peppers on them yet. So hopefully they will get some. I didn't even know pepper plants actually got that big. So they keep growing, but they haven't produced anything yet. So hopefully they will. But they're certainly growing nice. So we'll see what happens with them. And then last but not least, we have my 2 little strawberry plants. One there and one there. They've been growing nice. They produced a couple strawberries. They were kind of tart, so I don't know. I don't know if that has to do with the particular kind of strawberry plant we have, or if it makes a difference on. They were very small too, very small strawberries. They've got some blooms right now, but there aren't any actual strawberries on them right now. But they're very small and kind of tart, so I don't know if it makes a difference the time of year, or the kind of plant they are, how much water they get, or if I need to fertilize them, or what the deal is. But that's pretty much it for my garden. So thank you for watching, and I'll give an update again down the road sometime after hopefully we've produced a little more produce from all my plants. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.